Every major championship in golf carries its own personality. The Masters is built on tradition and exclusivity. The U.S. Open prides itself on brutal difficulty. The Open Championship embraces unpredictable weather and historic links golf. But according to Keegan Bradley, the PGA Championship stands apart for an entirely different reason. It does not arrive with an agenda. Ahead of the 2026 PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club, Bradley made a bold statement explaining why he believes the tournament feels different compared to golf's other majors. And coming from someone who has both won the championship and served as a Ryder Cup captain, his words carried serious weight.
For me, there's a lot of significant things,
Bradley explained while speaking to the media before the championship week. The former PGA champion then reflected on his lifelong connection with the PGA of America, a relationship that began long before he ever became a professional golfer.
The PGA of America has been really important in my career,
Bradley said.
My dad is a PGA professional, taught me the game, brought me up to where I could. He was the head pro at golf courses where I could practice.
For Bradley, the PGA Championship is not simply another tournament on the calendar. It is deeply personal. His father, Mark Bradley, spent decades working within the PGA of America system and became a PGA Life member after more than 27 years of service. Throughout Keegan's childhood, golf courses connected to the PGA of America became his second home. That environment helped shape him into the player he eventually became. Unlike many modern stars raised through elite academies or national junior programs, Bradley's journey into golf grew naturally through local clubs, PGA professionals, and constant exposure to the everyday culture of the game. As a result, his respect for the PGA of America extends far beyond major championships. Over time, that bond only strengthened.
Playing in Ryder Cups and being the Ryder Cup captain, I've gotten to know a lot of PGA of America people, which makes it extra personal,
Bradley explained. Then came the comment that immediately caught everyone's attention.
I think what separates the PGA to other majors is they have no agenda at this tournament.
It was a fascinating observation, especially in an era where golf's biggest championships often seem obsessed with creating a specific identity or narrative. The U.S. Open is widely associated with punishing setups designed to test patience and precision to the absolute limit. Narrow fairways, impossible rough, lightning-fast greens, and winning scores hovering near par have become part of the tournament's reputation. The Masters, meanwhile, protects its traditions carefully, from the exclusivity of Augusta National to the emphasis on course knowledge and legacy. The Open Championship embraces chaos, weather, creativity, and the unpredictability of links golf. But Bradley believes the PGA Championship approaches things differently. Instead of trying to force a certain outcome or create controversy through impossible course setups, the PGA of America focuses on creating fair but entertaining championship golf.
Kerry Hay does an unbelievable job setting up major championship golf courses,
Bradley added, praising the PGA of America's longtime championship director. That philosophy has helped make the PGA Championship one of the most unpredictable majors in golf. Unlike tournaments where fans can often predict the style of player most likely to succeed, the PGA Championship regularly produces wildly different leaderboards and winning scores depending on the venue and conditions. That unpredictability is part of what Bradley appreciates most. The last time the PGA Championship visited Aronimink Golf Club was back in 1962, when Gary Player captured the title at just 2 under par. But Bradley does not believe history necessarily offers clues about what fans should expect this week. And that is exactly the point. The PGA Championship does not seem overly concerned with protecting par at all costs or forcing players into a specific type of test. Instead, the tournament adapts naturally to the golf course itself. That flexibility often creates dramatic finishes and entertaining leaderboards. For fans, it means uncertainty. For players, it means freedom. And for Bradley, it represents what major championship golf should feel like. His comments also arrived during a particularly important moment for the PGA of America, which has spent the last year trying to distance itself from controversy following the fallout surrounding the 2025 Ryder Cup. That Ryder Cup became heavily criticized after incidents involving fan behavior and public backlash connected to PGA of America President Don Ray. The controversy intensified after Rory McIlroy and his wife reportedly faced abuse during the event at Bethpage Black. The situation created significant negative publicity for the PGA of America, eventually forcing organizational leadership to issue apologies. Internally, it also sparked major changes. PGA of America CEO Terry Clark reportedly decided the organization needed to take a different public approach moving forward. As part of that shift, Don Ree's role within high-profile PGA events was significantly reduced. Most notably, the PGA of America confirmed that Ray would not appear on stage during the trophy ceremony at the 2026 PGA Championship. That decision represented a major departure from previous traditions. Normally, presidents of golf organizations maintain highly visible ceremonial roles during championships. But after the backlash surrounding the Ryder Cup, the PGA of America clearly wanted to avoid any distractions overshadowing the tournament itself. In many ways, the move reinforced Bradley's point perfectly. Rather than turning the championship into a platform for politics, public disputes, or organizational agendas, the PGA of America appears determined to keep the focus squarely on the golf. That approach may ultimately become one of the tournament's biggest strengths. Modern golf has become increasingly consumed by narratives beyond the game itself. Discussions surrounding LIV golf, PGA Tour politics, player loyalty, television ratings, sponsorship conflicts, and fan divisions often dominate headlines before tournaments even begin. Against that backdrop, the PGA Championship can sometimes feel refreshingly simple. The focus remains on the competition, on difficult but fair golf courses, on strong fields, on major championship pressure, and on producing a worthy champion. For Bradley, who captured the Wanamaker Trophy during his unforgettable rookie season in 2011, those values clearly matter deeply. That victory remains one of the most memorable PGA Championship breakthroughs of the modern era. Entering the tournament as a relatively unproven young player, Bradley shocked the golf world by defeating Jason Dufner in a playoff at Atlanta Athletic Club. The emotional win immediately transformed his career and established him as one of American golf's rising stars. 15 years later, Bradley now views the championship through a completely different lens. He is no longer the young underdog chasing his first major. He is now a veteran, a Ryder Cup leader, and one of the most respected voices in American golf. Yet his appreciation for the PGA Championship appears stronger than ever. Perhaps that connection explains why Bradley continues to thrive in these environments. Beyond winning the 2011 PGA Championship, he also owns positive memories at Aronimink itself. In 2018, Bradley captured the BMW Championship there, defeating Justin Rose in dramatic fashion to secure one of the biggest victories of his later career. That familiarity with the course could become important again this week. Still, Bradley's comments suggest that what matters most to him is not simply the venue or the setup, but the spirit of the championship itself. The PGA Championship does not try to imitate the Masters. It does not try to out-tough the U.S. Open. It does not try to recreate the Open Championship. Instead, according to Bradley, it simply tries to identify the best golfer that week without forcing unnecessary drama or controversy into the equation. In today's golf landscape, that philosophy may feel more valuable than ever. And as another PGA Championship begins, Bradley's words have already sparked an interesting conversation about what truly makes a major championship memorable. Sometimes, perhaps the best agenda is having none at all.